G'day everyone, I'm Smokescreen and welcome back to another video. Here we go with another Lewis Hamilton DLC. It's at Willow Springs Big Willow this time, so arguably the hardest one. And this was actually one that caused me to doubt whether I'd actually bring all 10 of them to you. But I think after this one, I should be able to. I think my other worry is Nürburgring GP, the second to last one. That does look to be a bit difficult, but I'm fairly confident after completing this one that I think I will be able to bring all of my Lewis Hamilton Diamond Laps to you in track guide videos. So here we go, we know what it is. It's Lewis Hamilton is the ghost up ahead, and we're both in the non-BoP 100-100 balanced Mercedes-Benz AMG GT3 Group 3 car. So we'll come around on the Willow Springs International Raceway Big Willow, the 9-turn American classic circuit. Look at the sand on the exits, or I guess on the sides of the racetrack there. Absolutely deadly looking, and that did prove to be my downfall on numerous occasions. But we'll go through a nice slowed down lap now. So you see there's my lap, 111.306 compared to Hamilton's 111.308, so only marginally beating him. But with the sort of natural structure of these guides, we're going to go through like a slowed down version of my lap, and we're going to talk through some of the points that I'm looking at. So we're going to slow it down immediately into turn 1. You can gain quite a lot of time on him. We're braking just on the shadow after the 100 meter board, and then we're trailing it in to turn 1 in 4th gear. See how tight we get to that apex? We're going to get onto the power nice and early as well. Remember, this car understeers because it's got that extra bit of power compared to the balanced version. You can see we're sort of 6 hundredths of a second up, 7 hundredths of a second. Coming into turn 2, Rabbit's Ear, turning in really early before the sort of the mound of dirt on the right, and then we're just going in on sort of no brakes, just rolling off the throttle, rolling on the steering. You don't want full right lock. You see where I've got my little red indicator just above the rev gauge. It's not all the way to the end. It's about sort of, I guess, from just there, it's about a centimetre off, and we're just playing with the throttle. Ideally you want to keep the steering sort of in the exact same point. You want to turn the wheel and not move the wheel until the exit, and you do playing with the throttle to keep the car pointed where you want to go. But you see we get through there okay, losing a little bit of time on the exit, but overall we're 4 hundredths up. Coming into turn 3, braking just before the 50 down into 3rd gear. Look at the banking on the inside of 3 here. We're going to trail brake into that banking. You see just how much we get that car slowed up thanks to the sort of force pushing down into the road. We're going to get onto the power nice and gently as well as it drops down to the right. And then we're turning right really early, keeping it tight to that curb, and then about halfway along the curb, lifting off, dab the brake, down into 2nd gear, bring it right up and around Budweiser balcony, down onto that apex of 4. Then we've got to run through the downhill section. On the entry to turn 5, the left-hander coming up, so still turn 4. See, we're actually losing a little bit of time at this point here, but just gaining back to 1 hundredths of a second up, and then we want to use that little bit of gravel that I did there. You want to keep it further over to the right on the entry to downhill, turn 5, to get a better angle through this traction zone up the hill towards Munro Ridge. So this is where Lewis Hamilton, for some reason, is just absolutely alien. You'll see I'm gaining. Look, I'm a 10th up at this point. As we come over the top of Munro Ridge, you got to begin to see that I'm just losing time, and I was flat out on the throttle. Lewis Hamilton just, I don't know, he perfected his line, like dead nailed it, absolute perfection, and managed to sort of, I don't know, just got the absolute drive of the century out of 6, or over turn 6, I guess technically. Then we're coming into the final couple of corners. This is turn 8. You're really on the limits of the car here. You're on the limits of grip that this car can offer. We're right on the inside of turn 8, which is this long right-hander here. You see, I'm turning the car, and you can probably hear the understeer. It's so, I don't know, so prominent. And then coming into the final corner, we're looking out for that 150 meter board, braking just after that. Full brakes for about half a second, and then rolling off the brake gradually, and the car will grip up and move towards the very, very late apex just as we enter onto the straight here, and it actually dips down just there, and the car grips up just a slight little bit there. So now it's just a straight run to the line. So we obviously don't want to sort of move around. We want to get a nice straight line, minimise the distance to the finish line. We, oh my goodness, we only just beat it by 2/1000ths of a second. So imagine a second, split it into 1,000 parts, take 2 of those, and then that's the difference between myself and Hamilton. So we'll go on a full speed lap. Now you can take into account what I've taught you, and we'll just consolidate everything. Braking just on the shadow into turn 1, trail brake down 1 gear into 4th, on the power nice and early. You don't want to understeer off the track. Then for rabbits here, turning in just before the mound on the right hand side, turning the steering to about 1 centimetre away from full right lock, and then just playing with that throttle to get the car pointed in the direction you want. Coming up towards turn 3 now, we're going to be braking just before the 50 metre board down into 3rd gear, using the camber on the inside of this corner to pull the car up, and then onto the power nice and gently. We don't want to oversteer on the exit of there, and then bringing it around the top of Budweiser balcony, a nice late apex as we begin the downhill section on the power nice and early, using that bit of gravel to get a nice angle through turn 5, up the hill towards Munro Ridge turn 6, which is just here. You don't want to sort of fling yourself on the left hand side there, it's coming over that crest. If you turned in a little bit too late, you will end up on the exit there. And then coming through turn 8, on the limits of the car's grip here, the understeer through here is immense, full speed through there, and then braking just after the 150 board for the final corner, a little bit of sort of a massive dab of brake, and then rolling off the brake, bringing it in towards that late apex, and then we want a straight run to the line. Here at Willow Springs, we're going to bring it across the line, once again, a 1:11.306.
Wow.
That is my diamond lap and track guide for Willow Springs in the Lewis Hamilton DLC in Gran Turismo Sport. I do hope you enjoy. Do hit the like button if this helps you, or I don't know, if this gets you closer to beating his time or helps you beat his time. I would really love to know. Let me know down in the comments below, and do hit that like button if you did enjoy the video, and do subscribe if you'd like to see more of these, as I am beginning to think that I might be able to bring all 10 of them to you. And that means, of course, I will get 100 million credits. But that is definitely not the point of this. So, anyway, that's going to be the end of this one today, and that means that is it from me. So once again, I do thank you very much for watching. See you later.